drummers, it's me Rob here from drumsandword.com. I want to show you a really cool drum beat in this free video drum lesson from the song Umbrella Ella by Rihanna. This little lesson is going to show you just the main drum beat, but if you want to learn full songs, then you can subscribe online and become a member at drumsandword.com, where you get access online to hundreds of full song video drum lessons teaching a song from start to finish. Also, you can download the free PDF that accompanies this little free video drum lesson. There's a link beneath this video, so make sure you've got it printed out or on screen in front of you while I go through this lesson, because it's going to make a lot more sense. So, tempo is 87 BPM, and the first thing to notice is that on the recording, it's a 2-bar drum loop. It's either been sampled or it's been programmed. It's not actually an acoustic drummer playing those 2 bars for the entire 4.5 minutes of the song. So you can give yourself a little bit less pressure on trying to play these 2 bars perfectly, because they were programmed. But as I'm about to show you, it is possible to play this drum beat, and it's very, very cool and very, very unique. I'm not a massive fan of Rihanna or Jay-Z for that matter, but the song's pretty damn catchy and the drum beat is wicked. I love it. So let's go to the second line of the PDF where it says simplified version. Like I said, we've got a 2-bar loop. So we're going to try and learn the simplified version first. I say simplified, it's still pretty tricky, and then we're going to actually add the extra bits to make it sound like the actual recording later in this lesson. So let's take each bar on its own. The first bar of the simplified version, we've got bass drum and hi-hat coming down together on 1, hi-hat opening and closing on the and a beat 1. 1 and, 1 and. Then we're playing 16/10 on the hi-hat all the way through the rest of the bar. 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. But we've got bass drum and snare drum falling in cool parts. Well, snare drum on beats 2 and 4, but the bass drum part is falling on the of beat 2 and the E and the and of beat 3. So let me play from beat 2 slowly, counting, and you can hear where those bass drum notes fall. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1 and 2E and 3E and 3E and 4E and Let's try the whole bar together. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1 and 2E and 3E and let's speed it up. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E and that's the tempo, isn't it? So you can see that I'm using the molar whip technique for the hi-hat thing. If you can't get that action down, if you've never learned that motion, then you're going to find this song pretty tricky to keep up for 4 minutes playing just this way. It is possible, but your arm's probably going to fall off. So you might want to consider playing just 1/8 notes. Or maybe you can work out playing some double-handed stuff. However you want to get through, but highly recommend you try and learn this technique here. If you're doing it already with your drum teacher, or you've just been practicing on your own, good for you, because this is an awesome technique to learn. It's going to help you to get much, much better, much, much quicker, and play faster as well, more comfortable without sweating so much, which is always a good thing. So the second bar then, simplified version, it's the same as the first bar, except the end of the bar. So we get 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E. So we don't play the hi-hat together on 4 with the snare drum. We just play 2 snare drum notes instead. 4E. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E. Now let's put the 2 bars together slowly. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E. 1 and 2E and 3E and so speed up. So there's your simplified version. You can sort of already hear the drum beat coming out. You could play that if you're not comfortable with your hi-hat technique. You could also drop one of the bass drum notes on the E of 3, for example, and just play. So if you're not comfortable playing 2 bass drum notes, you could just play E, the of 2, and the and of 3, and that will also work. Let's go on to the main event though. Let's take a look at the actual drum beat played on the recording. So for the first bar, we've got nothing new to add. It's exactly the same as the simplified version. The second bar, however, is where the magic happens. So for the second bar of the actual drum beat, we've got 2 bass drum notes falling on 1 E while that hi-hat opens. 1 E and. So my feet are going boom, boom, click, because that's where the hi-hat closes on the and. 1 E and. And I'm not playing with the hi-hat as I close it, just one note at the beginning. 1 E and. So you want to make sure you get comfortable having the hi-hat open while the bass drum's playing some 16th notes underneath it while it's still open, and it closes nicely after those two bass drum notes are being played. Boom, boom, click. That's the foot movement. Then we go on, and the drum beat, the bass drum pattern stays the same, but the end of the bar, we've got this really cool little open hi-hat that occurs on the of beat 3, just before the two snare drum notes. 4 E, so we get 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. And the hi-hat closes straight away on beat 4 with a snare drum. The previous two hi-hat notes opened for half a beat, 1 and. This last one is much shorter, it's a into the two snare drum. So you've got to make sure you can close the hi-hat quickly or exactly on beat 4 with the snare drum. Then, to complete the groove, we've got a very subtle thing where the hi-hat is stepped on the and of beat 4. You can play it with your hand, but I believe on the recording it sounds like a stepped hi-hat foot. So we get... So my foot's going... That's the hi-hat foot. 4 E and... And then a little bass drum on its own on the of beat 4, leading into another bass drum on 1 of when we loop the two bars together. So we get 4 E and a 1. Let's try and loop that second bar slowly. In fact, looping it would be really difficult because then we've got 3 bass drum notes in a row, 1 E, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Well, let's give it a go. Concentration. That's tricky. So let's try and loop the two bars properly, which is an easier thing to try and do. So here we go. I'll count out loud just to start off with, and I'll start speeding it up. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. At this point, just to save breath, let's just play it. God, I love that drum beat. That's so cool. So there you go, that's the whole thing. You've got simplified versions. As always, you can take notes out, add notes in, remove some of the open hi-hat stuff, simplify it. If you've been playing drums for a while, you sort of get a feeling as to what parts are important for the drum beat, for it to sound like the drum beat, and which bits are sort of fluff that you can take off or change if necessary, if you find it too difficult. You can email me through my Facebook page. Don't forget to download the free PDF, and also please do check out my online membership subscription service where you can get hundreds of lessons and all kinds of cool stuff. This is what I do full time now. I'm so proud of it. I'd love it if you signed up and become a member very soon. So until next time, happy drumming to you, and toodle pip.